We ride our bikes for a load of different reasons. Sometimes it's for transport, sometimes it's for fitness, sometimes it's because we have an unhealthy obsession with skin-tight lycra. But whatever the reason, we all have one thing in common, and that's the desire to ride it faster. No matter how fast we currently are, we always want to be just that bit quicker on the bike. One of the big questions I get asked is, how do you actually go about doing that? Well, the answer is surprisingly simple. If you want to be faster on the bike, you have to ride the bike a bit faster. So that rather glib answer aside, it really is the key to getting more speed out of the bike. It sounds obvious and simple, and it kind of is if you know how to do it. Thinking about it though, a better question would be, how can you make yourself ride a bit faster? Like most training, increasing your overall average speed isn't simply a question of getting on the bike and going all out for as long as you can. Now, while this might have some effect on your fitness, and not necessarily a positive one, it's not actually the best way of doing it. The way to get long-lasting improvements is to gradually up the speed over a longer period of time, either actually out on the road or on a turbo trainer. If you have the inner strength, you can simply up the effort on your regular solo rides. This will work fine, but as I say, you will need to have a fair bit of inner strength. A great way of gauging your effort is to look at your heart rate. If you normally cruise along between 70 and 75 of your maximum, upping it to between 75 and 80% will increase your aerobic capacity and your resistance to lactic acid, giving you the ability to ride just that little bit faster for a longer period. Alternatively, you can do the HIIT method, which is riding for a short period at a very high intensity, recovering, and then repeating the whole thing several times. Again, using your heart rate as a guide, I would say that high intensity is anything between 85% of your max and above. You will only be able to ride at this level for a few minutes before you get tired, but being so short, it should be easier to focus your attention on the period of that effort. If you're anything like me though, you will naturally ease off once things start to get a bit difficult. Up to a point, fatigue is all in the head. Us humans have a very strong inbuilt self-preservation instinct that kicks in when we start to feel a bit tired. And this is the very thing that will stop us from getting the fitness benefits of pushing ourselves a bit harder. Many people have learnt to override this, but they're a little bit superhuman, and us mere mortals have to find another way of disconnecting from those annoying signals coming from our bodies screaming at us to stop. As a very wise man once said, "Shut up, legs!" What you need is a distraction. This can be found when you ride with others, particularly if they're faster than you are. By trying to keep up, you'll give yourself a first-class push, and while it's still pretty hard, focusing on the rider in front will take your mind off the pain a little. Plus, it will also give you a definite target to aim for. This also has the advantage of being able to sit on their wheel once you have caught up and giving yourself a bit of a breather. It's a delicate balance though. If it's too slow, it simply won't push you hard enough. If it's too fast, you'll lose contact with the group and it won't be any fun or benefit at all. So be very careful with your choice of riding chums. But what if you don't have any chums to ride with, or you don't feel quite ready to ride with a big group? No problem. Many cycling computers these days are pretty effective training aids. For example, my old Garmin 510 has a virtual partner that you can chase down. The speed of these cyclists can even be varied to suit your current level of fitness. The best setting will be one where you will have to put in a fair bit of effort to keep up, but not so high that they will pull away and you will never see them again. The main disadvantage though is that it is relentless. If you don't vary their speed, they will be a bit like a steamroller, riding along at a constant pace regardless of whether you're climbing, descending or on the flat. Another great feature available to many cycling computers is the live segment function. This alerts you when you approach a given segment and gives you a very accurate indication of your progress as you ride it. You can choose to compete against your own PR, a friend's PR or the overall KOM, and pushing yourself to beat your chosen time will certainly give you a very thorough workout. It also has the advantage of giving you a period of recovery once you finish the segment if you so choose. Then of course there's Zwift, the online turbo training app that connects you with hundreds of virtual cyclists from all over the world. In my opinion, this is the closest you can get to riding in a group without actually going out on the road. Just like the real thing, you can chase riders down and sit on wheels. Unlike real riders though, you can't plead with them to slow down a bit if the pace gets a bit too high. You just have to let them go and ride on until you find a group that is better suited to your pace. And this can be a little tricky. So there we go. Hopefully after watching this, you'll be out there ripping the road up. Thanks for watching.